everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Phoenix Draconis coming with you with another throwback toy review. And as you can tell, this is going to focus on the Transformers animated Dinobots, Grimlock, Slag, and Swoop. And man, oh man, when I first saw the episode that introduced these three, I was so floored. My only disappointment though was that they didn't include Sludge and Snarl in this. That would have made one hell of a setup right there. But nonetheless, I am liking it. Like McDonald's, I am so loving this. You know, each figure has, you know, the engineering on this is so out of this world. Oh man. So here you have Swoop, Grimlock, and Slag, or as they like to call him now, Slug. I grew up with him being known as Slag. He's gonna be Slag. So there. So let's go ahead and I will review these separately. So this might be a long video, but be patient. So we're gonna go ahead and start off with Swoop. All right, folks, thank you for waiting. Now, as we have Swoop here, I mean, he is basically your basic Pteranodon or pterodactyl. I think he's a Pteranodon, really. And man, he's got some really good features on him. Go ahead and do a close-up of that face. Look at that. That is so awesome. And some really good details, sort of like tech organic, you know, circuitry on there. Along the back, the other wing, and then of course you have his underside. Very nice. And you can see they kind of added on, like, I want to say some metallic blue on certain parts of them, which I really like. It's so awesome looking. So, and of course, go ahead and get him to stand up like so. Oh man, like I said, I am so impressed with the way these particular figures came out. But as you saw in his Pteranodon mode, let's go ahead and see what he looks like in robot mode. Now for this, I'm going to zoom out just a little, and we're going to go ahead and put his legs like so. Now we're going to go ahead and detach his arms from the wings, and they're held by this little peg here that goes into this slot right there. Now we're going to fold this arm out like so. We're going to do the same with the other arm, and there you go. It's not all that difficult. It's just a nice little light tug. Now we're going to go ahead and split the chest open. Oh, hold on. We gotta go ahead and detach this section from his back, and this will allow us to go ahead and detach or open up the chest so we can just go there. Now at this point, we just go ahead and twist this around, and then we just twist the legs like so, and there we go. Now, before we continue further, now we're just going to go ahead and take his beak down, and that will reveal his head. and lift the head up, because the head will extend the neck. Now we're just going to go ahead and tab these two tabs into those two slots on either side, and there we go, like so. And there he is. Now, before we go any further, give me a moment. I'm going to go ahead and change my camera angle. Alright, I am back, and there he is, Swoop in all his Dinobot glory. And I'm going to go ahead and turn the head like so. And I have to say, I am very impressed. Very, very impressed. The engineering on this is very spot on. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at that pudding there. I'm going to go ahead and do like a type of side profile, and like so. And I have to say, this is awesome. I'm really liking this. So we zoom in just a little closer. That is awesome. I'm really liking it. Unlike the unlike some of the other Prime or I should say animated figures, there's no light piping for Swoop here, but nonetheless I'm liking that light sky blue color in his eyes. I'm really liking that. So let's go ahead and zoom out just a bit, and there we go. And let's take a closer look at the detail on him, because I mean, even in this mode, you know, some of those details do rub off, and you do see his wings. So wow, that, like I said, that is awesome. Now, before anything else, he does come with one accessory, and that is his mace over here. And there he is with it. Now, unfortunately, since there is no wrist rotation, you know, there we can only do so much to hold this. So we may have to do it like so. And we'll put this like so. And there he is holding his weapon. I'm liking it. I really am. Yeah. That's awesome looking. I don't know what else to say on that. So, alright. At this point, that, you know, one final look at Swoop, and now we're going to go and take a look at Slag. Alright folks, I am back, and here we have Slag. And man, he's like a bull in a bull ring here. Basically, the way he is very nice. You know, your basic Cybertronian Triceratops. Now I don't know if you can see this. There it is. His Autobot symbol. I don't understand why they put it in such a light color, since in the original G1 they had it in bold letters, but I guess I can understand that. Very nice looking though. I'm really liking the sides here. As a matter of fact, there is like a type of gimmick on here. If I can find it. Oh, there it is. There's like some flaming effects on here, but they're good. they're good when he's in robot mode. But you know, very nice. You know, you do see, you know, certain aspects of him there. So you do see that Triceratops look on him. Very, very nice. And you do see some circuitry on there. So, but other than that, let's go ahead and take a look at his transformation. So for that, we're gonna go ahead and put the legs in, or I should say, which will soon become his arms. And for that, you're going to go ahead and take his hands, fists out, fold his arms like so. And we're going to go ahead and move the head up like so. And put his, I want to say his crotch plate down. And we're going to put his legs down like so. Now there is a small section here that will snap. The only problem is that it does not snap. Okay. So once that's done, we're going to go ahead and, oh, yeah, so we're going to split this metal section apart. And pull this section down. Once that's down, we're going to push this all the way down. There is a tab right here. It's going to go into that slot here. Now, there we go. And that will reveal Slag's head. Now the only problem is we're going to push these horns up. And this will go forward like so. Ooh. Ah, there we go. And come on, damn it. Ah, there we go. Okay, now you're going to find that this back section will not stay on. Now I'm not sure if it's just my copy, it might be, but again, for some reason it just will not snap on there. Now there is one more thing. We got the tail, and that can flip around like so. And there you have Slag in all his glory. If I can get him to stay standing up. There we go, much better. Alrighty, now one other thing, he does come with an accessory, and that's this big orange Cheeto looking club here. So there is a tab right there that goes into that slot, and there you go. Oh, almost forgot, he's got heel spurs. There goes that Cheeto Club. Come on, Cheeto, get in there. Alrighty. And right there. Alrighty, there he is. Not too bad. Yeah, there is some issues concerning, the connections here and there, but all in all, not too bad. And I like the little gimmick they have with the flaming, shoulder pads and everything. So, alright. So there is Slag in all his transformed glory. Now let's get to the big dude. Yeah, we will get ready with Grimlock. Alrighty, and here we are again. This time with the king of the dinosaurs, the Tyrannosaurus Rex, Grimlock. And this was very impressive to see, even in the animated series. Man, oh man, that was awesome. I really like that. And basically, he's just a prehistoric dinosaur, bulldozer in a way. I like this gimmick. It really does a whole lot here. It's funny as hell. Anyway, so let's go ahead and take a look at him. And you can tell they did some stylized variation of him, but also keeping true to the G1 aesthetic as well. But the engineering, oh my god, I can't get enough of the way he was engineered. Just really, really awesome. And of course, sorry, bumped into the tripod. You can see the Autobot symbol on there. But oh man, and again, he's got that scoop right here in his jaw. And of course, he does have light piping, but since I don't have a flashlight, I can't show that off. But I'm pretty sure it'll be pretty impressive. But let's go ahead and start with Transform! So one of the first things you are going to do is you're going to fold the legs in by just pushing them in like that. And then you're going to go ahead and do the same with the other leg. There we go. For these legs will now become his arms. Now at this point, we're just going to go ahead and open up the back. Well, first things first, we got to disconnect to get the feet. And there we go. So now we're going to go ahead and put the legs. And at this point, this tail piece is going to connect to this old peg right here. And we're going to do the same right here on this side. And these front pieces or back pieces are going to become the back of his legs. And there we go. Open up his legs right there. And there we go. Now, all we gotta do is push this down, or I should say push this chest piece up, and that will snap in. Now all we gotta do is connect this tab to this port right here, and there we go, like so. Yeah, like that. There we go. Yeah, I forgot this head is on a rocker hinge here. Or so once you got this part snapped in, you just flip the head up, and there you go. And I live pretty close to a hospital, so you'll be hearing ambulances and stuff coming by. All right, and there he is, folks, the leader of the dinobots. And I have to say, I am still impressed. I like how they got that clear portion right here, very much like his G1 counterpart. But he is not without any accessories. He does have this flaming sword, which when you hit this little tab here, boom, it becomes a big flaming sword. Whoa! Sorry about that. Anyway, so this big old tab right here is gonna fit into this big old slot right in his hand, which was once his foot. And there we go, right there. Awesome. All right, and now you see him with his big flaming sword, and this is an awesome figure as well. Granted, there are certain issues with him, you know, because of the way he was designed and the engineering behind it. They wanted to mirror that design. There are certain things that basically will be an issue with, such as keeping him standing. And not to mention, because of the way his proportions are, it's so exaggerated among all of them that I have reviewed. Keeping him standing or keeping him posed or in a certain pose can be kind of difficult from time to time. But if you have a good figure stand and whatnot, it's not entirely that impossible. But yeah, as a matter of fact, let's go ahead and take a quick look at that pudding. There he is. Look at that pudding. It's a pudding a motherbot would love. Alright. But, man, oh man. This, like the other two, are great figures. Granted, they do have their flaws, but, you know, depending on how you keep them and whatnot, they're pretty good. So on a scale of 1 through 10, well, as a matter of fact, before I start the scaling and whatnot, let me get all three of them together, then I'll give you my my score and my final thoughts. And there they are: Swoop, Grimlock, and Slag. Now we're going to start off with Swoop. On a scale of 1 through 10, I'm going to go ahead and give them an 8. The reason why is mostly because of certain areas lack good articulation. Holding his weapon, because it is a chain and whatnot, it's basically an issue with that. Articulation is very much an issue. He is a lanky character to begin with, But articulation's a big issue, especially among the whole group or among the whole series because of the way they're designed. And of course, keeping things flushed or at least snapped on there, they tend to come loose. And that's going to be an issue with another figure I will talk about in a few minutes. But in this particular case, Swoop is going to have an 8. Now, moving on, we're going to go ahead and score Slag. Now, on a scale of 1 through 10, I am going to have to go ahead and give him a score of 8. Mostly because of this issue here, that they just do not snap and stay snapped on there. Also, being able to peg those areas correctly is another issue as well. He's a great looking figure, a very unique look or unique take on him. But other than that, that will be the score he will have at this point. Finally, Grimlock. Grimlock, I will have to say that he is going to also get a score of 8. Also, mostly because of certain areas which are not as articulated. Lack of being able to do full range of motion without hitting something. Like, let's move this arm. Like here, he will hit the wings and whatnot. But the legs tend to just bow out way too much on here for my particular liking. So other than that would be the reason why he gets a score of 8. But other than that is my take on the figure. I would like to hear from you. What is your take on the figure? Did you ever get these? And if you did you like them? Did you hate them? Leave me your comment about them in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe to my channel. Click onto the bell icon so you can receive notifications on when new videos come out. I'd like to thank each and every one of you who watches my videos and likes them or has joined up with my channel. I really appreciate it. So let's keep the good times rolling. This is FEDEX Draconis, and I will catch you all on the flip side. Peace.